आज हम बात करेंगे छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज की, एक ऐसे योद्धा जिन्होंने इतिहास बदल दिया। Welcome to today's explainer, where we're going to completely unpack the story of a leader who literally redrew the map of 17th century India and dared to dream of absolute self-rule.
To guide us through this incredible analysis, we're going to anchor our narrative with the words of our storyteller Keshav. Keshav कहता है, ये कहानी है एक ऐसे वीर की जिन्होंने न सिर्फ तलवार उठाई, बल्कि एक सपना देखा, स्वराज्य का। सन 1630 शिवनेरी के किले में एक बच्चा पैदा हुआ। नाम था शिवाजी। राइट फ्रॉम द वेरी स्टार्ट उनकी माँ जीजाबाई ने उन्हें बचपन से ही धर्म, न्याय और वीरता की कहानियां सुनाई। She literally raised him on these epic tales of justice and valor. And as केशव कहता है, बचपन से ही शिवाजी के दिल में एक आग थी, अपना राज बनाने की।
And wow, did that spark catch fire early? शिवाजी ने छोटी उम्र में ही अपने दोस्तों के साथ मिलकर किले जीतने शुरू किए। He realized super quickly that to build an independent kingdom, you need strategic strongholds. तोड़ना फोर्ट उनका पहला बड़ा विजय था। He captured it at just 16 years old. And ये सिर्फ एक किला नहीं था, ये स्वराज्य की शुरुआत थी। It was the foundational cornerstone of an entire empire.
To put that into perspective, just look at the sheer velocity of these early campaigns. As a teenager, he took the vast treasure they discovered at Torna and used it to fund a massive, rapid expansion. Within just a couple of years, he's systematically capturing a network of crucial forts like Kandahana and Purandar. It's like dominoes falling, all thanks to swift-footed soldiers perfectly suited for that rugged terrain.
As our storyteller Keshav puts it, हर जीत के साथ उनका हौसला और बड़ा होता गया. Every victory just fueled that confidence. But, in geopolitics, rapid expansion never goes unnoticed. By taking these forts, Shivaji directly challenged the massive Bijapur Sultanate, setting the stage for a legendary showdown.
So, in 1659, बीजापुर का सेनापति अफजल खान शिवाजी को रोकने के लिए भेजा गया. They sent their towering veteran general to just absolutely crush the young Maratha leader. दोनों की मुलाकात हुई. They agreed to meet at the Pratapgarh fort. Now सबको लगा ये शांति की बात होगी. Everyone thought it was going to be a peaceful negotiation. पर शिवाजी को अंदाजा था, ये एक चाल है. He sensed the trap from a mile away.
This right here brilliantly illustrates his absolute tactical genius. He didn't just walk into a meeting hoping for the best, he prepped for an assassination. He agrees to meet in an isolated hut with just one follower. But secretly, underneath his clothes, he conceals chainmail armor. And in his left hand, entirely hidden from view, he slips on a bognak, a deadly metal tiger claw.
और फिर हुआ इतिहास का एक सबसे मशहूर क्षण, जब शिवाजी ने अपनी होशियारी और तैयारी से अफजल खान को हरा दिया. On November 10th, that diplomatic embrace turned into a deadly physical struggle. Just as Shivaji anticipated, Afzal Khan tried to stab him in the back. But the blade just completely failed against the hidden armor. In a split-second counterattack, Shivaji used those tiger claws to neutralize the giant general, instantly turning the tide.
But wait, here's what really separates a good tactician from a truly great leader. After the battle, his greatness wasn't just about fighting skills. The defeated army was treated with incredible humanity. No enslavement, no molestation. Wounded enemy commanders were actually given medical treatment. And remarkably, he made sure Afzal Khan was buried according to Islamic customs, operating on the philosophy that once the enemy is dead, the enmity is dead too.
It's exactly like Keshav कहता है, ये जीत सिर्फ तलवार की नहीं, दिमाग की भी थी. It was a total victory of the mind. This triumph doubled his territory, but oh man, he was gonna need every single ounce of that intellect for his next massive challenge, the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb.
Alright, let's fast forward to 1666. औरंगजेब ने शिवाजी को आगरा बुलाया और वहां उन्हें बंदी बना लिया. Basically, instead of being treated like an independent ruler, Aurangzeb insulted him, making him stand in the back row with nobles he'd literally already defeated. When Shivaji stormed out to protest, boom, strict house arrest. सबको लगा, अब कहानी खत्म. Everyone thought the story was over.
पर शिवाजी ने हार नहीं मानी. He flat out refused to give up. He masterminds this absolutely wild escape plan. First, he sends most of his men back home to the Deccan. Then, he fakes a severe illness and starts sending out these massive baskets of sweets for the poor as a religious penance. Once the Mughal guards got lazy and stopped checking, एक दिन मिठाई के डब्बों में छुपकर वहां से निकल गए. He and his young son literally just climbed inside the baskets and were carried right out of Agra.
Bringing our storyteller Keshav back in, he hits the nail on the head. Keshav कहता है, ये था असली वीर जो मुश्किल में भी रास्ता ढूंढ लेता है. That escape put a massive dent in the Mughal Empire's reputation and cemented Shivaji as an unstoppable force who absolutely refused to bow to foreign supremacy.
Which brings us to the ultimate climax of his political journey. San 1674, Shivaji ka Rajabhishek hua. He'd acquired the lands and the wealth, but to the established political order, he was technically still just a rebel. He knew he needed a formal kingly title to legitimize everything he had built.
And to understand his popularity, just picture this number, 50,000. That is the estimated amount of people who gathered at Raigad Fort in June 1674 to witness his coronation. Imagine the sheer logistics of a crowd that size in the 17th century. It was an extravagant ceremony featuring sacred waters from 7 rivers, marking a definitive shift in Indian history.
Arobane Chhatrapati. That translates to sovereign or lord of the umbrella. It wasn't just a fancy new name, it formally elevated him from a regional leader to the recognized independent monarch of the Maratha Empire. उन्होंने एक ऐसा राज्य बनाया जहां न्याय और सुरक्षा सबके लिए थी. A true kingdom of justice and security for all.
Now, let's shift gears for a second. It's so easy to just get caught up in the epic battles and escapes, right? But Shivaji Maharaj was a totally visionary administrator. His ultimate goal wasn't just Swarajya or self-rule, it was Suraja, good governance. He wanted to make sure the prosperity and welfare of the common peasant were absolutely front and center.
His economic reforms were literally revolutionary. Before him, you had this medieval Jagirdari system, basically exploitative landlords squeezing farmers dry while the state looked the other way. Shivaji scrapped all of that. He brought in the Roitwari system. This meant the state engaged directly with the peasants. Fair, fixed revenue, and absolutely zero power brokers allowed to harass the farmers.
He built a rural economy that was incredibly resilient. He standardized land measurement using a rod called a kathi to keep taxes fair. During droughts, he gave out agricultural loans called tage to help farmers buy seeds and cattle. And crucially, he was immensely tolerant, employing Muslims and Europeans alike in his administration. He truly united an incredibly diverse population.
So when we look at his whole life comprehensively, we return to Keshav's brilliant philosophical takeaway. Ek insaan ka sapna puri kaum ki taakat ban sakta hai. Shivaji Maharaj didn't just build a kingdom for a few years, he planted the ideological roots for an entire nation's enduring pride.
And as Keshav delivers his final powerful thought, शिवाजी महाराज ने हमें सिखाया, हिम्मत, सोच और इरादे हों तो इतिहास बदला जा सकता है. Whether it was using the terrain to outsmart giant armies, outthinking an assassin, or totally reforming an oppressive agricultural system, he proved that courage, strategic thinking, and a pure intent for justice are simply unbeatable.
Which brings us to the very end of today's journey. Shivaji Maharaj built his Swarajya, his self-rule and good governance, against absolutely staggering odds, armed with little more than a vision and an invincible spirit. So I want to leave you with this. As you look at the challenges in your own life or community, what history will your ideas write today? Thank you so much for exploring with us. Keep questioning and keep learning.